Hello friends, welcome to Engineering Streamlined. In the year 2022, the world is facing a storm of heat waves and the temperatures are reaching new heights and breaking previous records. You can see temperatures of some cities of India which had already passed 40 degrees Celsius in the month of April. But it does not tell us how this heat will affect our bodies. To understand this, we need to understand two different temperatures. One is dry bulb temperature and the other is wet bulb temperature. In today's world, we can easily get update about the weather report on a mobile. You can see here the outside temperature which is similar to taking a thermometer and the reading it gives you. This is known as the dry bulb temperature. But you can see in the mobile there is another temperature which says feels like temperature and it is quite higher than the outside temperature. Before coming to this temperature, let's understand another temperature. Let's take two thermometers. In these thermometers, the reading shows the ambient temperature or the dry bulb temperature. Now if you take a piece of cloth and dip it in a glass of water and wrap it around the bulb of the second thermometer, you will see that with the passage of time the temperature reading lowers because of evaporation cooling by the wet cloth. This temperature is known as the wet bulb temperature and it is always lower than the dry bulb temperature. When the wet bulb temperature is low, it means that the surrounding air is dry and can hold a lot of water vapor. And when it is high, that means the surrounding air has high amount of water or humidity is very high. Let's see how wet bulb temperature affects our body. The human body is made up of about 70% water. So to lose heat, the body evaporates water in the form of sweat from our skin. Our body constantly generates heat, due to which a thin layer of heat forms around our body. So we need to constantly lose this heat to keep our body at a comfortable temperature. If the wet bulb temperature is low, which means humidity is less, then the body can easily evaporate the sweat and cool itself. But if the wet bulb temperature is high, then humidity is high and body cannot evaporate sweat because of the higher presence of moisture in the air, and evaporation cooling is significantly reduced. The studies have shown that it can be fatal for a human if the wet bulb temperature reaches 35 degrees Celsius. Now let's look at the feels like temperature. The temperature we humans feel depends mainly on three factors: the outside temperature, wind speed and humidity. Let us say that the outside temperature is 33 degrees Celsius. We already saw if the humidity is high, it is difficult to evaporate the sweat. Along with this, if the wind speed is also low, then you will feel much hotter even if the outside temperature is not so high, because your body is not able to lose the heat that is constantly being produced inside. This is known as the feels like temperature. This temperature is different from the wet bulb temperature. So it is important that one should look at the feels like temperature rather than the outside temperature before going out. I hope you like this explanation. Kindly like and subscribe and keep looking for more videos.